Welcome to 100 Voices, 100 Stories. I'm your host, Cece. Every person has a story, and it all begins with you. Let's meet today's guest.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Cece with Where It Begins and Cece in the City. I have a special guest on the line with me today. I'm gonna let her introduce herself of who she is, where she's from, and what she does.
Hey, I'm Diane Eskenazi, and I'm living in Los Angeles. And I do two things. I make films, lots of films, trying to do positive content for kids and young adults. And I also founded and operate a nonprofit. I ship aid around the world to women and children in need.
Awesome, awesome. And in LA, I'm doing 50 states, where I'm traveling the 50 states. What is one thing I must see in LA or one food I must try?
Oh, you got to go down to the beaches and stick your feet in the ocean, you
Okay,
know?
what's your most favorite beach there?
You can go over the hill, you can go to Zuma Beach. It's
Okay.
usually not that crowded, and it's just so nice to get out into nature. When it's especially, it's been so hot here. It's been like over 100 degrees. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been like that here in Atlanta, very hot, but a lot of rain.
Very hot.
Yes. But for those meeting you for the first time, who is Diane beyond the titles?
I don't know. Let's see. I was inspired at a really young age to try and make an impact in media. Um, because I saw that a lot of the media, especially for kids, and especially now, actually, it's not that, it's really negative and it's really violent. So when I started off, I made a lot of animation for Sony, for Columbia TriStar, for all different companies. I worked with most of the companies. Um, and then I started to make kind of more films that were for young adults about bringing the world together, about unity, about diversity. Um, and those films won a whole bunch of awards. But I also was always really inspired to try and help, those in need, especially women and children, you know,
Mhm.
especially women and children that are sort of escaping. Well, I've shipped a lot of aid to war zones and to disaster relief, but also there's just so many orphans. I think people don't realize how many children there are in need around the world. And so what I ended up doing was sort of repurposing, partnering with like the US Army, the US Navy, a lot of corporations like FedEx, Gymboree, Pottery Barn, medical
Wow.
supplies, Sutter Health, and just shipping what they would determine as excess inventory and returns, which is really brand new product, just shipping that to people that needed it, especially like shoes and tents and sleeping bags and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we've shipped like everywhere around the world. Hmm.
Wow, that's good. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I started CC in the City Cares but I do small blessings. So like every month I do like a small blessing. So like January I did the firefighters, and then February I did Ronald McDonald House and deliver hearts and bears, and then March I did the nurses with the shamrocks. So I've been doing little small
Yeah,
packages. I'm gonna get to where you are though. I'm gonna get
that's
to.
awesome. No, I fell into it, it wasn't, it almost, I started it when I had my daughter, which was over 20 years ago. And I just started like that. I just wanted her to learn at a very young age about giving. So I'd take her down to the 99-cent store and we'd load up a couple of boxes and I randomly pick an orphanage online. I just Google, some random
Mhm.
orphanage and we shipped it out. And then some of those random orphanages ended up contacting me when I think there was one in Sri Lanka, there was a major tsunami. And it just happened. I see myself not really as, I don't know, I see myself as sort of a channel,
Mhm.
It just happens sort of around me. I facilitate it. I see a need, I make a call. I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but it
Well,
grew,
what
it
you're
grew and
doing is a
grew.
blessing. So,
Well,
to
you too,
continue to
girl,
do
you too. What you're
that.
doing is a blessing too. I mean, every little bit, that's the thing. Every little bit helps, even if it's just smiling at somebody on the street, every little
Hmm.
bit helps.
Yes, and I agree. Keep doing what you're doing. It's motivating, it's positivity, and that's good. And then you just motivated me to want to do bigger, to reach out to orphans and stuff. So I'm gonna put that on my list. But going back, let's go back. Um, when did you get into dancing? How did that become a part of your life? And
Yeah,
yes, because I
dancing.
watched a lot of your videos on Instagram, and I was like, oh, look at all these dance moves. But
I
how did that become a
know.
part of your life, and what does it mean to you today?
Oh it means everything. Dancing has been part of my life on and off um, for years. I went to school at Oberlin and I studied dance there, and then I kind of lost it, and did other things and came back to it. And when I moved to LA, I thought, my God, I have this opportunity. Even though I'm way older than the people that are in that studio, I have
Mm-hmm.
this opportunity to go and dance at the best studio in the world, which is Millennium. People come from all over the world to that studio. They bus them in, they fly in just to take classes at Millennium. And I thought, wow, I'm in LA. I got to try. And I went, and everybody there, dancers have a bad reputation, right? Being kind of mean to each other, whatever. But at Millennium, everybody's so nice. And I was definitely the oldest dancer there. I'm definitely. And dancing is just so healing. It means everything. You move your body, you feel great, you got your
Mm-hmm.
energy going, everybody's loving and laughing, and it's a fantastic experience. Yeah. So I've kind of brought that back into my life. Well, I was dancing for the last 10 years or so, but yeah. And it's interesting because I am the oldest person there, but nobody cares. And that's the beauty of, I think, I think that's part of the beauty of Los Angeles, actually. And part of the beauty of Millennium is that Los Angeles is very diverse. Los Angeles,
Mm-hmm.
you know, is very creative. City of Angels, right? It is very creative.
Yeah.
And nobody really judges you. I never felt judged. Just ran in
Okay.
there and shaked my butt, and I never felt judged. And it
Hey,
balanced.
I love dancing. I think dancing is singing, even though I can't sing or I don't think I'm a pro at dancing, but I love it. It's something
Yeah,
that,
right. It
you
brings
know,
joy. It's just joy, pure joy. I mean, don't
yeah.
get me wrong, those classes are hard. They're hard. And you have to, or you go in, you have to learn the choreography in the first 30 minutes, and then they drill you, and then they film you, which is super intimidating. But yeah, but it's a great thing.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good. That is a good thing. But what does healing mean to you at this stage of your life?
That's really a very interesting question. I think letting go of everything that I've worried about.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't been easy. I've been a single mom, and, I've been through a lot of things that all single moms go through, but I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. I was a forerunner in the industry. I was the only woman, independent woman at the time that I started. A lot of harassment, a lot of, injustice, right? But
Mm,
I think, especially in your close relationships, and at this point for me, I think that healing means really letting go of taking responsibility for other people's decisions and just trying to focus on the light. Does that
mm-hmm.
make sense? Does that make sense? Like try.
Yeah, it makes plenty of sense because I'm a single mom too, so I get it. We go through so much, and it is a lot. People
It is
don't
a
think that it's a lot,
lot.
but it is a lot. And I have all girls, but they're older now. But it's like all the emotions, all the attitude, it's a lot to go through.
It is, especially with girls. Girls are
Yes,
very hard, right? Especially in right now,
yes,
because they're under a lot of pressure too.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
social media and everything. They're under a lot of pressure. But I think that's a really good question. What is healing? What is healing? And I think it's just focusing on bringing light into your life and spreading light to other people, and and letting go of all the negativity. And that can be really hard. If you've been hurt,
Yeah.
that's not easy. People say, oh, just forgive. But it's not easy.
It's
So
not.
I feel like I'm in the stages of trying to really do that, you know.
Well, that's a good stage to be in.
Mm.
And the way I talking to you, I love your energy. So it's,
Thanks.
and being positive, and you're blessing others. So when you bless others, your blessings come back to you, and you're thinking about not just you but everybody else, even though you're going through that healing stage. So
Yeah,
that's a great thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think for me, service is healing, right?
Mhm.
So doing peace builders, continuing to distribute aid. I've literally shipped $100 million worth of aid around the world, but continuing on a small level, on a big level, anywhere I can. Today I'm going to donate 20 mattresses to a church, right?
Wow.
And you just keep that going. I feel that that is healing, being able to be of service to other people. That's
Yeah.
also the healing, letting go of the negativity and being of service to others.
Amen. Amen. But
And
since we're talking about peace builders, you're the
yeah,
president of it. So tell us about the organization. Tell us how it got started, the motivation behind it.
I always had this kind of Mother Teresa complex. They used to write articles about me. They were like, "Oh, Mother Teresa in a miniskirt," because I run around in little white miniskirts.
Okay.
It's always kind of been my thing. So I just was always inspired to try and do something. So I started it, like I said, with my daughter, just by shipping like what you're doing, just a little bit. Let's just do a little bit here, a little bit there. But then it just really exploded. It was when Sri Lanka had a massive tsunami, and I had been shipping aid to an orphanage on the coast of Sri Lanka. And they contacted me and they were like, "Our entire town has been wiped out. What can you do? Please help us." And then I mean, I think it's also just having guts. You get
Hmm.
out there and just be like, I'm on a mission. You don't have to push your religion on anybody or your whole thing on anybody, but I'm on a mission. So I just called up Sutter Health, which is in San Francisco. It's in Northern California, big hospital circuit.
Okay.
Said, they have nothing. They're all suffering. What do you have? And they stepped up in a massive way. And then I called, I worked with the Ministry of Women's Empowerment in Sri Lanka. And we ended up being able to ship several large ocean freight containers of aid over there, and they helped distribute it. From that point on, it became more of a corporate kind of a thing in that it wasn't that, um, like I've never taken a dime from Peace Builders and I've never raised money for Peace Builders.
Okay.
It's all about shifting excess, medical supplies, literally operating tables, wheelchairs, crutches, shoes from Crocs, from Gymboree, clothes, you name it, just everything that you can imagine. It's all about shipping, taking that excess inventory, which most companies, especially right now when there's so many companies closing down, you know what I'm saying? So much retail closing
Hmm.
down and a lot of companies going to bankruptcy. Taking that excess inventory, they have so much stuff. And do you know what they do? If they don't give it to a charity like us, they'll landfill it.
Yeah.
Yep. And that is horrible, right? We all know that's
Hmm.
horrible. So being able to take that literally, put it in a 40-foot ocean freight container and work with the shipping companies who have all been amazing, all been like um, phenomenal. If I, giving me large discounts on shipping things around and then shipping it to an orphanage or to a war zone. Literally, I've worked with the United Nations Refugee Committee. We've shipped supplies to children in camps in Syria and Jordan, Lebanon, all over the place. So it just grew and grew and grew. And yeah, it is, it almost grew outside of me. I made the phone calls, but it kind of just happened.
I got it. Well, that's awesome, though.
You know
That's
what I'm
really
saying?
awesome. And
Mhm.
like I said, that inspired me. just listening
Aw.
to your journey, you know. So,
Yeah, and
but
little or big, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whether you're giving, a blanket to somebody on the street who's cold,
mhm,
or we're shipping a container of aid to India. It doesn't matter. It's just all
right.
the same, right? It's all the
Yeah,
same. Hmm.
yeah. I say the same thing. If it's hey, we could spend $10 eating out, $20, $30 eating out. I could put it towards, something goodwill. But yes, I love it. So
Yeah.
if you ever need something and I can collaborate on this
Yeah.
side, I will. I
Okay.
love doing things like that.
Okay.
I think we all need that in the world. But
Yeah.
let's also talk about you are a producer director with Golden Films. Let's talk
Right.
about that and the motivation behind it.
Okay. So I started, I really wanted to create positive media. I just really wanted to create positive media for kids. So I entered the business at a time where there really weren't any independent women in the business. So it was like a little bit of a challenge, right? To be
Mm-hmm.
taken seriously. But I ended up making a lot of animation for Sony. And it started, I was blessed in that it was successful. I've had, I don't know, I'm just lucky. I guess in that way. It was successful and I kept going. I just kept going because I really think, especially now, I am so disappointed when I go to the movies. I don't know if you've been to the movies lately, but oh
um,
gosh, it's all formulaic. It's so violent. It's so violent, and the kids are in there watching it. And then you
right.
wonder, why is there 3 shootings every day? You know,
Mm-hmm.
because the media is so incredibly violent. And I really think that honestly, with the advent of AI, it allows producers, like in the old days, I would have to, get Sony or Columbia TriStar or somebody to finance my films, right?
Mm-hmm.
Costs a lot of money. But
Right.
now with AI, you can make a lot of media independently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, really. So I've been playing with that. I'm on my fourth film that's all AI, 100% AI, fourth film. And the first 3 films are already out in distribution. They're already on Amazon and Tubi and all of that. And it's phenomenal because I don't have to answer, the studios they have their own agenda, right? And if I want to, give a message about the environment or whatever be kind or, whatever my message is, I I can just go ahead and do that. So I think that's really interesting. I know the industry right now is adjusting to AI, and I think that it has its positive and its negative. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
much more fun and much better to work with a team of live people and, collaborate and have all that good energy of everybody working together. But our industry is shifting significantly right now. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mhm. Yeah, really. So it's a great time. It's a little challenging, but it's a really interesting time to be in the industry, I think. So yeah,
Yeah.
I made like 90, I don't know, 90 films? I don't know, 100 films. Oh, wow. I made a
But
lot of
still,
films.
congratulations on that.
No, thank you. It's like
You
make a
know,
film, go dance. Make a film, go dance.
that's what I was about to say. How do you deal with everything? Like, how do you make time for yourself? Because it's dancing and filming and giving back to the community and then being a mom. How do
Yeah, mom.
face
Yeah.
everything? How do you have time for yourself?
Um, well, I get energized by peace builders, and editing takes a lot of time. Making a film takes a lot of time. But the dancing is a relief, right? The dancing is what
Hmm.
gives you the energy to keep going. And yeah, you just do what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we do. That especially as single moms, we do what we have to do and keep going.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I'm excited. Like talking to you, like I said, you're very inspiring and you do so much good deeds. So keep it up. Whatever you're doing, just keep
You
it
too.
up.
You
You know,
too.
we need that in the world because we don't have a lot of that. So,
Yeah, we don't right now. That's true. The world is kind of, it's difficult right now.
hmm
Yeah. So,
but
yeah, but you're doing it too. So I appreciate you.
and thank you. Thank you. I'm starting off small, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get
Yes, you will. I
there.
absolutely believe that. Yeah.
But going into the positive side, I ask everybody this that I interview, what's a quote you live by?
A quote I live by. St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace.
Oh, okay. All right, I like that.
I live by that.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I do this since this is 100 Voices, 100 Stories podcast. I want you to finish this question. Your voice matters because
Mm. Because your voice matters because there's nobody like you and there's nobody that can do what you can do. And you're here for a reason. Everybody's here for a reason, you know? And
yeah.
everybody matters. Your voice matters because everybody matters. Whether you're sitting in a tent in Syria or, you know, or you're sitting in an office at a big corporation, every voice matters. And so that's what I believe that. I believe we're all equal in that way, you know, and we all have the power to make a positive impact, small or
Mm-hmm.
big, it doesn't matter. Mhm.
Yes, indeed. I agree with you. And
Mhm.
I do this also to make my podcast a little bit different than everybody else's. So um the interviewer before you, they don't know who you are or anything like that. They give me a question to ask you, and then you give me a question to ask the next interviewer.
Okay.
Okay. So the question that the interviewer gave me to ask you, they don't know who you are though. They just give me a question. They said, from the time you're born to now, that dash right there, what are you doing in between? What does that dash mean to you?
From the time you're born to now.
Yeah, you know how like
Yeah,
when
yeah, yeah.
people,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Um, hmm, hmm. That's a really interesting question. I think finding joy, finding inner peace, and trying to live life to its fullest, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And
And
now
then
you have to give me.
I know, I'm
Oh.
thinking. Oh
A
my God.
basic question, just to ask the next interviewer.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, why are you here?
Okay,
Okay.
that's simple.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not a long question, so that's a good thing. You know, that could go a whole different kind of
All
place.
over the place.
Yes, indeed. But I only have a couple more questions. How do you keep up with the trends? I always want to know that, like with the dancing and the fashion, and you love the skirts and things. How do you keep up with it?
Well, my daughter, having a 20-something daughter, that doesn't hurt, right? Because she's
hmm
always, yeah. But yeah, just being around young people. I'm around a lot of young people. I like being around a lot of young people. How do I keep up with the trends? Yeah, I've done some, just for fun. I have this whole professional thing that I have, like the films and nonprofit. Then there's the dance and for fun, right? And
hmm
I don't know. I grew up in New York City. So my mother was an artist and she was always, very fashionable and she had bright colors. She was just an artist, and I think I was always aware, growing up in New York, you're always sort of aware of fashion and you're always sort of aware of what's trending. But actually being at Millennium, being in LA, LA is really inspiring when it comes to that. It's sort of at the nexus. But I think at this point in my life, I'd like to just free myself a little bit and wear brighter colors and, all of that. How do I keep up with the trends? Yeah, being around young people.
I
Being around
got
young
you.
people. And I've done some modeling. I know that's crazy, but I have done a little bit of modeling and some commercials and things like that, just on the side, just for fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, look at you. Another thing to add on to your list of
Well,
things that you're doing.
yeah, I do like fashion. It is fun, but I tend to dress really young. People are like, you should grow up. Why are you wearing that? Well, sorry.
No, I
I'm
love it.
comfortable.
Live your life to the fullest while you're here, you
Yes,
know?
yes, exactly, exactly. Yep.
But
So,
before we get off of here, is there anything that you would like to tell the audience? Anything coming up that you want to share?
not really. I think you covered all of it, really. You did a good job. I think, yeah, just live like you said, live life to the fullest.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen next.
Okay, well, for the last question, what's next for you?
Huh, huh, that's, huh, I don't know.
Do
I
you
may,
want to do a book for yourself? You know how people like, hey, you've been on this journey, you have so much to offer. I'm
everybody
a
tells
bookworm,
me that.
so I always
Everybody
ask
tells
people
me
that.
that. Yeah, everybody tells me, write a book, write a book. I don't know. I think I'll just keep making films and keep doing piece builders. And I don't know what's going to come next. I'm very open at this point. I'm ready for, I'm ready for whatever it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
I
that's always a good thing.
don't,
Okay, well then if you don't have anything else to share, I want to say thank you so much for interviewing with me today. It's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better. And then, like I said, you really inspired me. So now I got to research the orphans and research that part because I have it on my to-do list. But just listening to you, you know how you have something written down, but when you hear it and someone talks about it, it's like that's like, oh, that's what I needed to hear. That's,
right.
that's like a inspiration to, hey, that's telling you you need to do this because you already got it written down and they're telling you this for a reason.
Right.
But yes.
Thank you,
So like I
Cece.
said, I love your energy. Keep
Thank
doing what you're
you.
doing. Keep blessing the world. Stay
Thank you.
positive and I love it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you too.
Thank you. But
Okay.
before we get off, can everybody follow you? Follow your journey.
I guess on Instagram or TikTok, but that's mostly just me playing around and dancing. Well, there's also a Peace Builders website and a Golden Films website, so I can
Okay, what's your website? Just
buildpeace.com. Buildpeace.com.
all right, y'all. Well,
Yeah.
y'all heard it. Make sure y'all go follow. And yes, I can't wait to put this out so everybody can listen to it. So,
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you
all
so
right, you too, and thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of 100 Voices, 100 Stories. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, every person has a story, and it all begins with you. I'm Cece, and I'll see you next time.